This project is called It's Not As Simple as Black and White, and it's bringing together football and theatre and play. You know, for us the project is really important because we've seen racism really raise its ugly head over the last few years, and we really want to use this opportunity as a way of acknowledging that it exists, and then addressing racism. And we can only do that actually if we bring people together. So for me, what's brilliant about football and theatre, and the thing they have in common, is that they both have two halves. It's dramatic, and it brings strangers together in one space where they feel really passionate emotions, and just for that length of time, for the length of the play, for the length of the game, they're like one community. And I think as a society we've got something to learn from that actually when we all come together we can make a difference, and this project is about us coming together and making that difference.
Well, in the workshops we do a series of games and they're quite fun, you know, it gets people relaxed, it gets people knowing each other. But the games have been constructive with certain nuances in there that kind of can be related to inequality and racism. So we talk about rules, we talk about what people have perceived from others whilst playing, and it really invokes a lot of really deep conversation, and you get some amazing perspectives.
It's really important for the foundation, as one of our strategic outcomes is around cohesive communities and making Stoke-on-Trent a better place to live. So by doing the project we enable people to understand each other better, we bring people together, and we kind of use the metaphor of football that brings people together in order to provide a platform where people can learn together, can have meaningful conversations with each other around racism and learn together.
I think the metaphor of football is great because we know that there's this division. Often people think of it as like two opposite and opposing sides, and people stay in their side. But I think what this project is doing is bringing everyone onto the pitch and making sure that they listen to each other, and I think listening is very key and vital to making sure that we understand other people's perspectives.
The more collectively we are together about talking about racism and discrimination as well at all levels, I think, you know, the better it is, especially with, you know, the young that can be educated, the young people that support the game, love to come and watch the game and support their idols. Those are the ones that you can affect with the education side of it. So it's very important to talk about it. You know, there's discrimination in many ways, not just in actual racism, but, you know, sexism in the game and all those sides of it as well. You know, it's a big topic that has to be discussed.
We're hoping to achieve an improved understanding, an improved early impact, that people understand some of the terminology around racism, some of the myths that surround it, and then on from that is actually get them to engage in conversations with people that might not have done so before. Through the workshops we set up scenarios where people can practice that terminology, how to challenge racism, how to work with people from different backgrounds, and hopefully they take that forward to, as I say, make Stoke-on-Trent a better place for people to live.
It's 2021 and some of the things that go on, particularly in this city, should be left years and years ago. So we need to change these attitudes, if not now, when? It cannot continue to go on. What we want to see is, you know, a generation coming up who racism is just a total and absolute faux pas. Racism needs to become totally socially unrewarding, and that's what we hope to do when we bring out like the more nefarious elements of it.
This is people's real lives. Every day people experience racism. So I personally think it's very important for other people to understand and know about what's going on.
You start to worry about your own children that are growing up, and will they still be having these same discussions in 20 years' time? We hope not. We hope that we can educate society in general, we can educate your communities, and there's plenty of people working at it, you know, away from football as well. You know, when you look in community setups and development centres and stuff like that, it's something that we try and make people as comfortable as possible in the environment, regardless of colour or creed or wherever it might be. So for me, yes, it's a conversation that's still been spoken about, you know, 20 years for too long. But at the same time, for me, it's just really important that we keep the message going. Everybody together collectively keeps the message going.
I believe that racism is anti-British. I think that when we look at what British values are, there are people who believe that they hold British values but actually express really racist sentiment. And racism has no part in our society. And actually, it's everybody's responsibility to recognise it and stand up against it.